In the heart of Brazil, where football isn't just a sport but a religion, a young boy named Andrey Santos was born. Born in Rio de Janeiro, where dreams are as common as struggles, where kids play barefoot on the streets, chasing a future many never reach. From the very beginning, life tested him. He wasn't born into comfort. He wasn't surrounded by wealth or luxury. But what he did have was heart. Andrey's earliest memories weren't of toys or games. They were of a football, a cheap, worn-out ball kicked on hot concrete, a symbol of hope in a place full of hardship. Every day after school, or sometimes instead of school, he would run to the street. No shoes, no gloves, just passion. In those crowded alleys, he wasn't just playing, he was dreaming. He was imagining stadiums, crowds chanting his name, jerseys with his number. But reality wasn't so kind. His family lived modestly. There were days when food was limited, when the dream of football had to compete with the need to survive. Yet Andrey never let go. When others slept, he practiced. When others doubted, he believed. Even as a child, he carried himself like a man on a mission. At the age of 7, everything changed. He was accepted into Vasco da Gama's youth academy, a beacon of hope in a sea of struggle. For some, this would be the destination, but for Andrey, it was just the beginning. At the academy, the competition was fierce. Talented boys from across Brazil fought for every inch, every goal, every pass. Every moment mattered. Andrey stood out, not just for his skill, but for his discipline, his hunger, his silent determination. He was always the first to arrive, the last to leave. While others laughed and joked, he watched and learned. He soaked in every lesson because he knew this was his only way out. There were nights when he cried himself to sleep. Injuries, fatigue, loneliness. But never once did he say, "I can't." The pain only made him stronger. The setbacks only made him sharper. By the age of 16, Andrey had already made his professional debut for Vasco da Gama, a teenager stepping into a man's world. But he didn't flinch. He embraced it. He wore the jersey with pride. And every time he stepped on that pitch, he carried his family, his community, and his past with him. In 2022, he took a giant leap. He was named captain of Brazil's U20 national team. Leading a nation known for greatness is no small task, but Andrey rose to the challenge. He became a warrior in midfield, controlling games, scoring goals, inspiring his teammates. In the South American U20 Championship, he became a hero, a young general, guiding Brazil to victory. With each goal he scored, he wasn't just lifting Brazil, he was lifting every child, whoever dreamed from the streets. And then, the moment that once lived only in his imagination arrived. Chelsea Football Club, one of Europe's giants, came calling. Andrey Santos, the boy who once kicked socks in the favela, was now wearing blue, walking into Stamford Bridge, smiling like a kid who knew he had earned it all. But the Premier League isn't a fairy tale, it's a war. And Andrey knew nothing would be handed to him. He didn't speak the language. He was far from home, in a new country, a new culture, a new challenge. But he didn't run from it. He faced it head on. He trained harder, listened more, watched his teammates, improved his physique, refined his passing, sharpened his awareness. To gain experience, he was loaned to Nottingham Forest. Some saw it as a step back, but for Andrey, it was another classroom. Every stadium, every away trip, every foul, every loss, it all taught him something new. He absorbed everything. And then, another loan. This time to Strasbourg, another country, another culture, another opportunity to grow. No complaints, no excuses, just progress. Off the pitch, he stayed grounded. He sent money back home. He supported his mother, his rock. He visited his community when he could. He didn't forget. He never would. Because for Andrey, this journey was never just about himself. It was about everyone who believed in him, everyone who told him, "You can make it." He knows that there are thousands of boys in Brazil right now, playing in the streets like he once did. And he wants to be their example. He wants to be the reason a kid doesn't give up. Andrey Santos plays football with purpose, with pain, with pride, with passion. He's not just a midfielder. He's a mirror, reflecting the struggle of many and the triumph of one. Every pass he makes is precision. Every tackle is fire. Every celebration is emotion, because he knows how far he's come, and he knows how far he wants to go. He wants to win trophies. He wants to lift titles. But more than that, he wants to inspire. He wants to remind the world that no matter where you come from, you can rise. That no matter how hard it gets, you can keep going. That no matter how impossible it seems, you can become more. Andrey Santos is still young, still rising, but his spirit is already legendary. In a game filled with noise and ego, he leads with humility. He lets his boots do the talking and his heart do the walking. So when life knocks you down, when people laugh at your dream, when the road ahead looks too dark, think of Andrey. Think of the boy who started with nothing and gave everything, who fought, who cried, who sacrificed, and who's now building a legacy, one match at a time. Because greatness isn't about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go. And Andrey Santos, he's going all the way, step by step, day by day, with courage, with character, with love for the game. And that is what makes him truly unforgettable. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Vardostar for more inspiring football stories. Stay tuned and keep checking at Vardostar for more amazing content.